Today we're in Carlisle again. We're not far from the border with Scotland and not far from Longtown, about 12 miles north of Carlisle. And here we are, the hamlet of Kirklinton, and here we have a look at St Cuthbert's Church. The church is located beside the head of burn, which in turn meets the River Line, and there's a few farms around the area, and it's pretty much sparse, not really a village as such, but it was named after a hamlet that was originally there with a few houses. The original church of St Cuthbert was constructed around about 1374 by Sir Richard de Boisville, who was granted the barony of the Visit Cumbria. Was rebuilt in 1845, but retains some of the original 12th century features, and it's a Grade 2 listed building. And again, this is another church which is rumoured to have been the resting place of St Cuthbert during the 9th century. And the other part of the current church is 12th century nave, with additions for the 13th and 14th centuries, which are pretty much the arches. And there's pretty much the vicar's door. Quite tall. Pretty much Gothic features, as this was in a Gothic style when it was rebuilt. But the old Norman arches still remain. You have the narrow windows. And the pretty hanging lanterns. It's very cathedral-like in its proportions. Not much in the way of stained glass, unfortunately. But still very bright. A nice wooden nave and checkered floor there. A little bit of stained glass there and some memorials, and have to have a look in the pulpit. We can see down towards the entranceway. It's quite minimalistic, but still pretty and impressive. Right, this is a checkered floor. Reminds me of a Masonic temple, funnily enough. But there was apparently there was, before this church was built in the original church, there was still Christian worship in this area in the past. The chancel is not deep compared with the nave itself, although you can see the separation there. Nice altarpiece at the back, and there's a little stained glass featured. The wooden altarpiece is plain but nice. I'm certain there's stuff missing from here which was originally there. I would imagine it would be figurines there, as we see by that one there and that one there. But that's the thing with churches from the past, things do go missing, unfortunately. Was Norman Romanesque arch, memorials to those from the past who helped there for the upkeep and financing of the church, or families with powerful influence within the area, Well, this was mainly farm, and well, it still is farmland and a farmer's area. I say enough from Longtown and Gretna, Carlisle, pretty much in the countryside from that area, which you can easily reach by road. And of course the old arches there which have been retained. And we look at the edge of the tile, we'll see the wooden plastered brick walls. Nicely engraved but not spectacular pulpit. Always fast to see some of these some of this church furniture that's actually dedicated to some who continue the upkeep of the church or promoted the church in the past. As we go down there, the far side there, pretty much the same. And there we go. More images and engravings that are close up. Quite a lot in Latin. And a chancel there in the sermon. Nice little engravings and lovely fresh flowers. This is obviously still continually used. We still have a bit of stained glass over there, and the old one of the original arches. As we go out the entranceway, into the porch, and we will countryside outside of Cumberland, well, North Cumbria, and towards the Scottish borders. So if you like this little video, so please like, subscribe, continue to watch. Bye for now.